Okay, we checked all 4 systems, and you were go on modulation, all 4, and keying was a go.
Roger, you're loud and clear here also. Voice control, Houston, contact net 2.
Voice control.
Roger, honeysuckle is go. Put him back in conference, please.
Roger.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is the Smiling Mammoth and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program version 0.21, which is going to give you an indication of how long it's been. We've missed a whole 2 versions since we last played, so it's been a little while, but there's lots of new and exciting things to be looking at. We've got a completely redesigned home page thing. We've got redesigned spaceplane hangar VAB, tracking station, random building that doesn't do anything, whole new building, the astronaut complex, where basically we can hire different Kerbals. So you start off with these 3. I've already actually hired a few, so you know you could either get very courageous ones, very stupid ones, a bit of both. So you can also see if they're assigned, so you can find out where a specific Kerbal is, and you can see which ones are lost, aka killed in a horrific fiery explosion. But today I just wanted to start with something nice and simple to get myself back into it, because it's been a very long time since I've played. So I'm hoping I remember everything, but it's entirely possible I don't. So I'm going to start off with just a nice little satellite launch, nothing too tricky. So something that has been added in this version is unmanned stuff. You get a lot more unmanned stuff. So there's these 2 things which you can use to control the rocket, and then you've got all the probe bodies that there were from before. So I'm just going to go with let's go with a kind of a Sputnik design for the satellite. So we're going to want maybe a teeny weeny fuel tank on it. Maybe a couple, just so we can maybe send it off if we need to. Actually, I wonder if we... Yeah, let's give it some monopropellant as well, so we can RCS it about a bit. Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff that I'm gonna need to get used to. Apparently there's new... The SAS works differently now. I'm not 100% sure how differently that works, so we're gonna have to see about that. I really have no idea. Right, so let's add a little teeny weeny engine. So that should... Oh, we need communication, of course. How could we forget? Maybe a bit of solar panels. That's what we need. Not. How could I forget about solar? Which solar panel is going to be best? I guess we don't really need big ones, so they should do nicely. 1x6, 2x3. What have we put on? The 1x6, I think. That'll do. So that should do nicely, and let's add a little thing just so we can communicate properly. That looks good to me. So now this is the problem. Everything's going to have moved position since I last played. So this is going to be fun. What am I looking for? I want decouplers. I want the mini decoupler. Okay, mini decoupler. Now we want something like that to get it up to the correct size, I think. Yeah, that should do. So now we want the main rocket itself. Now what I'd like to do is, rather than dumping all my debris up in space, what I'd like to be able to do is turn the main body of the rocket back around and send it back home, if at all possible. So what we're going to do is, how are we going to do this? Because I can dock this satellite onto the front, or I could just decouple it. How do I want to do it? Tell you what, we'll leave it like that, because then that'll leave a nice little prong on the front of the spaceship, and I like that. So let's have the rest of the rocket going in now. So this is going to be the top, so we want our guidance, then we want SAS. Actually, there we go, that's SAS on. And then these, I think what these reaction wheels do is basically make the SAS better, is how they work, so we'll go for that, I'm thinking. Then we want our fuel going in. They've actually now grouped the engines and fuel tanks separately, but like all together, which is nice. Now, so I'm only going to need a little rocket at the top just to kind of push it away. So if that's a Rockamax. I don't want Rockamax. Is that one? Or is that just what I'm looking? That's what I'm looking for. So then we put on a. Oh, there's a new Rockamax. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so we've got two Rockamax ones now. Is this the one featuring? Yes. So there we go. So that should be the stage that actually kicks us off into orbit nicely. Now we want the stuff that's going to get us off the ground and into space. I'm actually going to whack a couple more batteries on this, because we can run solar panels off of this rocket, but just for while it's in space for a recharge, basically. But I don't want to run out on the way up. So that should do nicely. Now then, what I can do, actually I know how I'm going to do it. If we put in another decoupler, which are now in here, yes, that's Rockamax, we want this one, and then basically we do the same underneath. Oh, this is going to take a lot of getting used to. I'm going to be rusty for a while. And then we do the same again. So, another one of those. And then that gives us a kick. We jettison it, that gives us the final stuff that we need. And let's put RCS on while I remember. Beautiful. Now we're going to want to start whacking on our main booster stages, which I'm just going to do with our old friends, the Rockamax mainsail combo. So we want 4 of these, and hopefully this thing isn't going to be too unstable. Maybe if we do it up there, it should be better. Now I don't know if they fixed, because there used to be the problem with these orange ones which just overheat instantly. So I don't want to risk that. So we're not going to use it. So what I'm hoping is, if we get our thing on here, we can fit some parachutes onto this, speaking of which, we need some chutes on this stage. And sod that stage, that should fall back in alright. Oh, I'm so rusty on rocket design. Bing, yes. And we want some radial mounted ones on this rocket. Let's do another set. So that should be fine when that comes into land now. Hopefully. And let's put our main sails on this. And get some structural supports going. Because this bottom part is going to wobble around like anything otherwise. So just a nice thing to secure it there. Secure the rock maxes together and secure this part to the top. I don't want that on the solar panel large. Need to go a bit higher. There we go. Spot on. So with any luck, this should have enough oomph to get us up there. Just going to want some fins. I'm not going to bother with SRBs just yet. I'll see if we can go without them, just to start off with, because I'm not 100% sure on the power requirements I'm going to need because this is only a tiny payload, as opposed to some of the massive space station parts I was shunting with the old design. So now let's sort out the staging. So we want those, and so we want another stage. Get you out of that. So these engines fire, that's great. They then decouple, which is these three and that one, I think. No, wait, what's that? That's not the right one. I want that one. So they decouple. I want the parachutes to fire there as well. And then we'll have another stage for the engine. So then this engine fires. After that, that drops. That engine fires. Then once that's firing, we want to be able to jettison the satellite. And I'm going to want to put... So hang on. So once that's jettisoned, I think that should work, hopefully. I can manually deploy the parachutes if not, if it all goes Pete Tong. But let's give that a go. I reckon that should work. If not, we'll just plonk some SRBs on it and we'll be ready to go. So, what should we call this? We could go back to our old Viking theme, or we could go for something else. I'm looking around for inspiration right now. Let's go for just gods. Artemis. We'll call it the Artemis. Artemis 1. Save and go. Okay, everything appears to have loaded in without explosion, which is good. So let's throttle ourselves up. Wait for our frame rate to stabilize. Let's do this. Oh, bugger. Abort mission. Revert flight, revert to... Oh, that's new. So you don't end flight now, so you can either revert to launch... Yeah, we'll revert to launch, because I forgot to set the staging on the... what's the word? On the launch supports, because they're currently in stage 4, which is not quite what we want. So we want them to go there. Okay, let's try again. SAS on, which I don't think we did last time either. And fire. Beautiful. Straight up. In fact, we don't even need full throttle. So I just want enough to keep us accelerating, basically, because if we go too fast, then it's actually it's really inefficient burning. This SAS is fantastic. I guess actually saying that this is a much smaller rocket than I've been launching, like, ever. So really, we shouldn't be expecting any wobble. Looking good fuel-wise. Once we get to 10 kilometers, I'll start the gravity turn. As long as these last up to the point where we get our 100-kilometer apoapsis, we should be absolutely fine. Nice and steady. Down to about half fuel, that's fine. This is going well. The question is going to be how stable it becomes once these are off, because obviously we're just going to have a very long, narrow tube of a rocket, and that might flex. I'm not really sure. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But, yeah. Oh, those are new. Those mountains are new. I didn't realise they were there. They've redone the terrain generation on Kerbin and the Moon and a lot of the planets, I think. So, right, let's start our turn. Let's just knock the periapsis off vertical, and then keep pulling it over. We don't have to be perfect 90 degree. That's not too important. Let's throttle up a bit just to give us that boost we need, because now we're in the gravity turn. We should be cruising nicely. I think the benchmark is normally, if you're doing about 1,000 meters per second, by the time you hit your desired apoapsis, then that's what you want. Anything lower than that, and fire the navigator. We're gonna hit 1,000 easily. We're on like half throttle and we're gonna hit 1,000, so this should be a piece of cake. I think these engines might even last to the end of it, you know. There we go, there's 100. Awesome. Okay, well that was nice and easy, so let's get ourselves on the 90 degree mark. Ready to burn for orbit. Let's time accelerate. Yes, I know. We're still in the atmosphere is the problem, which is why we're not getting better. Time accelerate. Might do now? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's call it there. I just want to... actually, wait. Sod that. I'll do it by eye. I'm better at by eye. Let's just give it a bit of a kick over. Full power. There's that. Detach. Fire. Beautiful, lovely and stable as well. Okay, going nicely. So now we just... Actually, I'm going to pull up a little bit just to make sure we don't get... so we kind of keep our apoapsis higher so we don't start burning on the other side. I'm hoping we have enough fuel to do this, actually. This is running down faster than I thought. I've been used to the Rocamax ones, which just hold ludicrous amounts of fuel. Actually, I think we'll do this, no worries. We're a little bit off the apoapsis, which means we'll have to do a little bit of correction at the other end, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. I think we might even be able to do it in this stage. We may not even need the second stage to boost us in. Probably just for correction. Here it comes. Lovely. This has gone really well, actually, considering... Oh no, we are going to need the second stage. There it is. Just got the periaps. So, let's just stick ourselves on the line again. Jettison that stage. Wait till we're out of the way a bit. Throttle down. Oh, I can't stage in this. Oh, that was weird. Okay, right. So now we are safely out of the atmosphere. I just want to do a little bit of correction. So I just want to match apoapsis and periapsis basically. So if we put a maneuver node here. Kerbin apoapsis 119, we don't want quite that much. Come on. Again, too much. 104. 103, I swear this is easier just to do by eye. 103. What's that going to be? 103, 102. That's near enough. Okay, let's time warp all the way round to apoapsis then. And we can get ourselves into a nice orbit, jettison this satellite and head on the way back down. I've just noticed these little buttons. That's cool. We can actually see. That's new. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, estimated burn. We've got to do we could do this correction with RCS. 2 minutes. Let's go down a bit. Let's get it down to 30 seconds because that gives us time to just pop over to the node. Spot on. Just a teeny bit of throttling. I'm a little bit early, but that should be fine. So what's that? 101, 102. Let's just get that last extra little bit. 102. That's it. 900 meters difference. I will take that any day of the week. So we're now in orbit. Let us decouple this. So this is now a little satellite on its own. This is what I wanted the N. Not enough electricity. Oh, bugger. That wasn't smart. Oh, of course, because I didn't put batteries on it. Oh, damn. So we've used up all the electric charge in it. And I can't get more because I can't initialize the engine. I can't redock it. Okay, well we have a satellite in orbit. It just can't do very much. So we have to leave it now. So let's just bring this back down, I guess. That is kind of annoying. It was all going so well, and then my ship design let me down. So. Let's just flip. Whoa, SAS is much better now with those inline wheels. Although, saying that, I get once again lighter ship does help. Okay. Just park you there. Where's the Kerbal Space Center? Is it in shadow? Yes, it is. Oh, no, just... I think as long as we land it on land, I don't really mind. So, let's just go for it. Let's just cancel this down. I want to be aiming for this continent. Ideally. So now we're on a deorbit trajectory. Atmospheric drag is going to slow us a bit. I'd rather not land on that mountain, so if we stop on the mountain, we should do nicely. Still got plenty of fuel left. What's this decoupler? Okay, nothing. That still works. Okay, so let's time accelerate until we're back in the atmosphere. Can we just check on the Artemis? No. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, cannot switch vessels while in atmosphere. I forgot about that. That's fine. So we're coming in nicely. Let's get these chutes going, so they should deploy soonish, I hope. I'm hoping we're shortening up from that mountain. I might just give it a little bit of helpful encouragement. Yep. So we should land somewhere around here, I'm guessing, once the parachutes kick in. I'm wondering if we're going to get re-entry effects. I'm not sure we will at this kind of speed, but I don't really know. Let's time accelerate a bit. Oh, yep, there we go. Oh, and there are the parachutes, so they should be slowing us down a lot. Let's give it a bit of a helping hand once again. Ooh. Yeah, this... bar the kind of problems with the probe, that's actually gone very, very well. So this can just come into land nice and slowly. We can time accelerate until we get to about a kilometre up. And we should land safely. As long as nothing falls off when the parachutes kick in. But they shouldn't do, because I've got them on. The only thing that's a risk of falling off, I think, is the engine. Oh no, spot on. Textbook. That never happens. Ever. Okay, just coming to land. I could really use the mech jeb kind of real altitude right now, but slow it down a bit. Coming in nice and slow, 5 meters per second. Bam. Is anything at a break? Everything, but that doesn't matter, it's an unmanned probe. So, yeah. Fairly successful mission. Oh, dear. Relatively successful mission. Let's us head back to the Space Center, where we can check on our satellite, check it's all, I mean there's not much we can do with it now, but check the trajectories are all okay and it's not going to deorbit on us. So tracking station. I'm trying to think if we'll have left any debris in orbit. I think we will have. So Artemis 1, oh, it's become the probe. So that's what we've landed there. We can recover. Oh, sweet. So you can actually... Oh, I like that. Yes, I do like that. And that's cool. You can filter. So I can actually remove debris that's cool. Okay. I've only got it to set on, I've got it set on 25 persistent debris anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem. Once we've got a few parts accumulated on Kerbin, then we can just trash those. It's the ones in space that I'm more worried about. And here it is, here's the Artemis. We can't even deploy the Communitron, but it's up there, that's what matters. I'm trying to think if there's a way we could, like, rescue it. Maybe that'll be another one for another day. We'll try and make a cage for it or something, but that's going to be all for today. It's been really fun getting back into this. I'm going to try and keep on it a bit more with the episodes rather than doing a couple and then leaving it for versions and versions, so yeah, we'll see what happens about that, but yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, goodbye, and fly safe.